All right, so as I mentioned in a few of my other videos, I was going to be doing some other non 100 Days of Vibe Coding Games challenge videos where I would go back and continue fleshing out some of the little games that we made during the Vibe Coding Challenge series. I think the first one we made here was the rock, paper, scissors one. I personally can't really think of any ways to improve upon rock, paper, scissors because it just is what it is. But let's see if Visual Studio Code's GitHub Copilot has any ideas. I think I have it set up as GPT 4.1 right now. We'll say, how might we improve this game? Start out keeping it pretty general. To me, this is kind of the funnest part, to see the quote-unquote creativity of these coding agents. All right, so Copilot's having a little bit of a hard time, which is interesting. Looks like it lost my... Let's switch it there, switch it back to agent. Turn off that context. Improve the game, please. Come on. If this fails, I have another idea. You can actually open up this project in Cursor and see what it does. Yep, that's what we're going to do. So I actually have to... I'm going to have to fiddle with this in the OBS Studio too, but I don't want to pause or edit the video because I want you to see what the full experience is like. So let's go ahead and we're going to open up Cursor. Where are you? I think I have it here somewhere. Let's use there. Boom. All right. Now, oh, good. Came right back up. Excellent. But we have to open the right one here. Okay. All right. Let's see what happens. We have that same project now opened up in Cursor. And just to say, improve this game however you see fit. So letting it kind of get creative here and see what it does. See, it's rock, paper, scissors. Add game history. Add a best of 3 rounds. Sound effects for wins. I don't know if I have OBS set up for that, but that's okay. Dark and light theme to toggle. Hey, these are all valid ideas. So let's see what it does. Again, on the right, what you see here now is where it was left off, where I had the confetti effects was the last thing that we added during the first video. Trying to think if there's any other ideas that I could come up with, but it's really hard with such a simple game. All right, let's see. It says it made the improvements. Let's refresh. Okay, looks updated the UI a bit. It's got counts for wins. It's got the rounds thing. Game history. Let's go ahead and see what happens. Rock. It's a tie. Let's do rock again. I win. Good. It kept the confetti. So that works. Player 1, computer 0. Let's choose paper. Game over because I won because I won again, right? Oh no, it was a tie and then a tie. So it was a tie, I won, and then it was a tie. It was a best of 3. I'm the only one who won one of those games, so that's why. Okay. Reset. Let's just. Am I able to just play again? Oh, click reset to play again. Oh, good. So it's got some checking in there too to see if I've properly reset the game. Blah blah blah. Ideally, maybe you'd be able to just click it one of the, rock paper scissors, and it would just automatically reset the game. But this is kind of good too. Let's do paper. It's a tie. Paper again. It's a tie. The game ended in a tie. I just want to make sure that the computer can actually win here. You win. Paper covers rock. Computer. All right, so I'm sure you heard that because I forgot I have my speakers on. So it did some sort of sound for the computer winning. I don't know if it was supposed to sound like a chicken or something. That was pretty abrasive. Sorry if that killed your ears. Um, okay, so I won, computer won, and then I won. Okay, and showing the game history. What could be improved upon? I guess in addition to game history, we could also have rounds history. Um, we can ask that, or we can just ask it. Does it have any ideas for um, further improvements? Also, I didn't hear any sound when I won or when the game tied. So I'm assuming that it meant for there to be sounds. Okay, so now it's going to want to restructure things a little bit, which is fine. It's going to want to add a little like sound module and stuff. Cool. I'm assuming it meant for there to be sounds when I win, when there's a tie, or when I lose. So we'll see what happens. I may regret this because the sounds that it comes up with may be weird. I have another game that I'm working on, a more full-fledged game. It's like a shoot 'em up, vertically scrolling, plus a roguelike thing where you can land on ships and explore, blah blah blah. And I recently added audio to it, and although I had originally started building the game, I don't even know, like 7 years ago or something like that, from scratch. I've been using these AI coding agents to help me expand the game. And one of the things that I used it to expand the game was for audio, sounds from when you shoot and when the enemies shoot and all that kind of stuff. And it's been interesting. It's not one of the coding agents' strong suits, as far as I can tell so far. All right, so it looks like it set up some stuff structurally to um, allow for the adding of sound effects, and now it's going to go ahead and create the sound files. So, and then it's going to link those up, I suppose. Oh, interesting. So it's creating MP3 files. See, it didn't do this although I didn't use Cursor, I used Copilot. I might have to open up my project in Cursor and see how things go. I had originally tried Cursor about a month ago. Wasn't a huge fan of it. I felt like it wasn't necessarily even on par with GitHub Copilot in agent mode. But lately, my experiences with Cursor have been way better. In the VibeCoding series, I did a shootout accidentally. I didn't intend to do a shootout, but it ended up being that way between Windsurf and Cursor because I tried making a Pac-Man clone with Windsurf and it just didn't go well at all. So then I switched mid-video to Cursor and it just immediately nailed it, which was great. It's taking a while to create these audio files, which I think makes sense. Um, oh, Yeah, and the toggling between light mode and dark mode works nicely. Okay. Okay, sound effects. So it tried to. I guess it tried to make a bunch of sound files at once, and that failed. Um, so now it's going to create them one by one. Hopefully this doesn't take too long, but this isn't meant to be one of those quick 100 days of vibe coding videos. So if it takes a little while, it's important, I think, in my opinion, to see how long these things can take sometimes. I've sat here for several hours working out the kinks on a handful of features, relatively minor ones too. So um, it's not all smooth sailing and moving quickly, and before you know it, you've got this full-fledged thing. There's still a lot of work to be done, and it really does help if you do have some legitimate software development background, because the more accurate you're able to be with terminology, and the more you're able to understand what the agent is telling you is being done, the better you'll be able to figure out why certain issues are happening. You'll figure out how to communicate better with the coding agent. Again, I like to try to keep things informal and vague when I give instructions for creative stuff like this, but then when I get down into more specific things where I want things to be implemented a specific way, it's critical that I actually know the terminology for those specific things. While it's working on that, let's go ahead and just, oh, yeah. Okay, so it's taking another shot at the prompt. This isn't JavaScript, correct? I happen to know, so this is one of those areas where it's good to know something specific, what I was just talking about. Why don't we use Web Audio API to generate sounds? So Web Audio API is something you can use in JavaScript. That's what I use in my game for creating the shooting sounds and picking up power-up sounds and speed boost sounds, all that stuff. I use Web Audio API. This way you don't need any audio files. So now that I see the difficulty it had actually creating audio files, I'm going to, when I do try out building on my application, my own game application in Cursor, I'll probably specify to keep the Web Audio API stuff in there so that it doesn't try to quote unquote improve it by creating its own audio files. And it's going to have, so it got rid of these. So it was trying to have audio files to play during each of those conditions. When you click, when there's a tie, when you lose, when you win. So I'm assuming it's going to use Web Audio API generated sounds for each of those conditions now. Let's try this out. You win? Okay, that's a good sound. I don't know if you guys heard that, but it was a good sound for that. I win again. So something interesting here, just game logic wise, I should already win the round, right? Like the match, the overall match, because it's rounds 2 out of 3, and I won the first 2. There's no way for it to be a tie or for the computer to win at this point, but that's all right. Yeah. So the third round, it was a tie, but I had already won the first 2 rounds, right? Like typically when you're playing a game, whether it's, you know, a quick little backyard basketball game or a game of poker or something, and you say, hey, best 2 out of 3. If somebody wins the first 2 games, it's over, right? But, okay, I like those sounds. What's this? Okay. So I added rules. I like that. That's good. That's going to be really annoying having the click sounds every time. I'm going to tell it to get rid of those. Game statistics, total wins. Hey, this is great. Actually, that's about as good as you can make rock, paper, scissors, I feel. The game history. Okay, so I'm going to note 2 things to it. One, please remove the sound when the user just clicks. Sounds should only play when player wins, computer wins, or a tie. And then 2, game history should persist across game resets. And then 3, if either computer or player wins the first 2 games. I'm going to leave that typo in there because they're usually pretty good at skipping over those anyways. If wins the first 2 games, the match should be over and the winner declared. Okay, let's see what it does. Move click sounds, early win detection. I'm not sure if it understands what I'm asking with the making the game history persistent. I like that it wants to use local storage. That's fine. I really like how it made the game rules here. I'm going to stop doing that because that noise is annoying me, and I'm sure it's annoying you if you can hear it, and I'm certain you can. All right. Says it made all the requested changes. Let's see what happens. Refresh. Cool. I win. Win. Oh, good. And it kept the match there. Now let's see what happens when I click reset game. Okay. Computer wins. Computer wins. Good, good, good. This is perfect. No more beeping sounds when I click on these things. Longest streak, blah blah blah. When a win results in the entire match, this should be noted in parentheses in the game history next to the line that indicated the round 1. I did not word that well at all. Let's see if it understands what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say, right, is that in this case, right, where the computer won the second match in a row, second round in a row, in parentheses it should say match 1 or something like that. Okay, does it say? Yeah, look at that. I think it's understanding what I'm wanting. Ended in a tie. So I probably need to... This is wild. What did I say here? Even in the case where it goes to, okay, in the parentheses, it should also note who won the match. Maybe the parentheses isn't even the best idea for this, but this also goes for when the game goes 3 rounds. All right, it's doing exactly what I'm asking. I'm just not asking it in the clearest possible way. All right, now let's see. Yep. Cool. Yeah, I think that is like the most kind of the best way there, because then if it goes 3 rounds, like if there's a tie and then I win one and then there's a tie again, you wouldn't be able to tell from the 3rd round message here who won unless it was noted in this parentheses here. Cool. Well, I think that is a pretty good progress on the rock paper scissors game. A future improvement that we could ask it to do, which might result in a much longer video, is implementing multiplayer, where it's asynchronous sometime, where let's say there's two players. One player clicks rock. On the second player's screen, it just says, player 1 chose, but it doesn't tell them which one they chose. So then the player 2 clicks their choice, maybe it's paper, and then the game declares the winner. Right? I think that's a good addition for the next one. Maybe we'll use WebRTC for peer-to-peer playing. That's probably going to be the best way to do it. And we'll see. We'll maybe ask the coding agent for more ideas as well. But that's it for our embellishments upon the rock, paper, scissors game. If you like this, go ahead and click like, subscribe, share it, all that good stuff. If you have any comments, suggestions, ways that you think this game could be improved upon, ways that I could improve upon the way that I'm integrating the coding agent into this channel in general, let me know. Until next time, happy coding.